In the 21st century, accessing fresh water is easier than ever. You no longer have to trek to a well or spring. Yet despite this convenience, our supply of fresh water is dwindling. Imagine if a trip to the beach was the same as a trip to the well. What if all seawater became fresh water? To explore this, we need to understand why the ocean is salty in the first place. Interestingly, the oceans weren't always that way. About 3.8 billion years ago, the Earth's surface cooled enough for water vapor to condense into liquid, forming the first oceans, completely fresh with no salt added. But that didn't last. When it rains, carbon dioxide in the atmosphere dissolves into the rainwater, making it slightly acidic. As this rain falls, it erodes rocks and carries minerals, including salts, into rivers and streams. These rivers then transport the minerals into the ocean. Additionally, hydrothermal vents and submarine volcanoes add even more salt and minerals. This process has continued for billions of years, gradually increasing the ocean's salinity. Today, the oceans contain so much salt that, if evenly spread across the Earth's land surface, it would form a layer 40 stories high. Clearly, salt plays a vital role in Earth systems. But what would happen if all that salt suddenly disappeared? At first, freshwater oceans might sound like a miracle. However, removing salt from the seas would have catastrophic consequences. Marine life, which has evolved over millions of years to survive in salt water, would be devastated. Species that depend on salt to regulate hydration and expel excess minerals would die. While a few, like salmon, can tolerate both fresh and salt water, the vast majority would not survive. Algae, a crucial part of the marine ecosystem, would also be affected. These tiny organisms are responsible for about half of the Earth's photosynthesis. Without them, oxygen production would plummet and carbon dioxide levels would rise, intensifying the greenhouse effect. As a result, global temperatures would soar. The disruption wouldn't stop there. Ocean currents, driven in part by the salt content of water, help regulate Earth's climate. Warm, salty water from equator sinks and flows toward the poles, while colder, less salty water flows back toward the equator. This circulation helps balance temperatures around the globe. Without salt, this system would collapse. Regions near the equator would become unbearably hot, while the poles would freeze more intensely. Weather patterns would change drastically. Hurricanes would become more frequent and deadly due to warmer waters and destabilized climate systems. In such a world, human survival would be extremely unlikely. You could freeze, overheat, be swept away by natural disasters, or starve due to failing crops. Without stable weather, photosynthesis, or marine ecosystems, the global food chain would collapse. Plants, animals, and humans would struggle to survive. So, the salt in our oceans isn't just a curious feature, it's essential to life on Earth. Ocean salinization is a key component of our planet's stability. That's why understanding these systems is so important. Keep questioning, keep exploring, and never stop learning about the world around you, on land and beneath the waves.